are you feeling? Everyone feeling good today? Happy. I think that's the first thing, first and last thing in life. You should always feel happy about the day. Okay. Right. So, first of all, thanks for the opportunity. So, I'm honored to be here today to share some of my thoughts, and I hope that will be useful. Because if you want to interact with me later, very pleased to do that. So first question to all of you. Some of you feel that you are all overloaded in terms of, hey, I have too much to study, too much to do. Anyone here who feels that you have too much to do? No one at all. So you think you are just at the brim, or you think that you have opportunity to do much more which you are not really doing? I think it's the first part that we need to look at. Hey, am I doing enough to keep myself busy, or most times we should keep ourselves a little bit stretched. I think that's a good way of keeping our life engaged actually. Anyone? Second thoughts? No? Okay. Because one of the things I keep hearing from a lot of people when they come into work is that, hey, I'm overloaded, and a lot of people say that there's an information overload and all that. There are so many devices and stuff. But if you really dissect that part, right, and see what is really there, you spend like 50% of the information is like some gossip about somebody on Facebook. Okay, you don't really need that information. Just throw it away. In fact, I don't really look at Facebook at all. So I don't have it on my phone. So it's like, so technology in that sense should be used where we really need it to be used. So there's a lot of information coming in, not really needed. Take that information away, store some of your technology things which will really be useful. Information useful for you, yes, store it there. And what happens because of this overload, right? I feel a lot of the new gen folks don't have focus on certain area. When you really look at it, when you have a lot of sources of information, right? You don't have that focus on that area. Okay, one of the things I think from the old school to the new school, if you want to call it, the old school was like, we didn't have, in fact 15 years ago when I was in college, there's no internet at all. So you have to go to library, you have to look at books. So that way you have a very small piece of information, you just focus on it, you master that piece of it. Now you have a topic, I don't know, I just go to Google, if there's 100 websites, you open like 100 windows on, and none of that really gets on. So one thing I would really push for is focus on what that particular areas you want to be, and be master of it. It's okay, you can't master the earth. I think, I don't know how many of you know, Abhayar had this thing, Kattradi Kaimannalavu Kalladu Ulagalavu. So there's always going to be like a world of information you will not know. So let's not try to pretend or try to master everything. It's really not going to work. So that small thing that you have, master that part and be an expert on it. So you will be rewarded for that mastery. Second thing I want to talk about, I think one of the things that I've been told is, what is the industry really expecting people, right? So one of the key things that is always expected today, this is not going to change at all for years to come, is the learnability as a coefficient. How? Okay, learnability, that's the most key part that we look at. So let me step back and say, principal had made one of the interesting things. Okay, in a conference, you kind of present your paper and walk away. Okay. So somebody gave me the input long time ago on why we should really sit through all the papers. Because the paper, somebody presents for 15 minutes, say 30 minutes, but that person put in at least like 2 weeks, 3 weeks of effort at the minimum to kind of concise that information, do all the research, validate all the information, and then give you that 30-minute speech. So you sit through 30 minutes, you are actually getting a learning which is equal to like at least 3 weeks, probably more than that. So you sit through a day, right? You actually like compressed your timeline there. A lot of people are going to give you that information, which otherwise, if you have to do it by yourself, it's going to take forever to do that. Absolutely. So that's something that you have to sit through, learn, and then probably whatever interests you, go research on it. Sometimes you can say, okay, this is not something that doesn't fall in place, or there will be some information that you kind of put on your mind. I don't know where it is. So going back, so on that space, right, I always keep my mind as like a piece of white paper. Okay, think of your mind as a white paper. So put some whatever you know a few things, you don't know a few things, so just scatter it all along. Today, don't worry about why A and B are connected or whatever. Just keep accumulating it on that sheet or for some time. Then on one fine day, everything will kind of fall in place. And then you will be like a master of all of those areas when you keep that focus and keep that thing. So learnability in that way is like open to learning a lot of things, and then having the continuous urge to learn, and learn. Okay, that also means sometimes unlearn a few things and then learn a new thing. So that is that expertise you should really need to have. The second one is about teamwork that principal had mentioned about. So one thing that we all miss out, right, everywhere, I think maybe our system kind of spoils it in that way. Say that I had to be the topper of the class, I had to be this, I had to be above everyone kind of thing. It's good sometimes to think about it. But it's also good to see when we have 5 or 6 people in a group, how can we leverage everybody's strength and be much better than it? So that's where our collaboration really comes up. Sometimes you cannot master everything, but if you have 5 or 6 people in a group, you kind of put everything together and you kind of collaborate on it. So you kind of build like a great product which is interdisciplinary sometimes. It's a great thing. Another question to all of you. How many of you think you are under peer pressure? Everyone understands what is peer pressure? Yes? No? No? Yes? No? Okay, good. If you don't even know it, it's like great. So let's not even delve upon it. I think that's very good if you don't know something. I want to touch upon one more thing, Jay. Okay, Jay had touched upon the world is changing, everything is evolving, so what? And we see a lot of missions are coming. So it kind of had sometimes we think, okay, are we going to be required tomorrow or are we not going to be required tomorrow? Will we have work to do or will we not have work to do? These are things that somewhere in the corner of your mind bothers you, okay? Everything is automated in the world, will I need or not? There's only one answer to that question, big answer to it. So everywhere if you see, right, wherever you add value to something, you are there. Today I am very confident, till I am around I will have something to do because I will look at what value I can add to this place. And if you are in a place, wherever you are in life, in whichever profession you go to, if you add that value to what you are doing, you have your work. And you have to think constantly, why am I required here? And I constantly ask myself this question. I don't come to work for like 1 week. What happens? Something going to break down? Or things are going to be just fine? Okay, so that's where that value is there. But again, I would say there is one little catch I would put to this. Do not really scale it up so much, okay? Don't scale it up. Look at it. There are some things in life which you have to look at it in context of what value it is. Because somebody told me, I was discussing this kind of topic, okay, tomorrow you're going to be dead, is the world going to stop? So that means, so I said, so let's not look at it at that very big context, okay? So look at the concept what you are doing. You're coming to your class, sometimes you also contribute to what the class is going on. So that's a value you add to it. You go to your work, you kind of add your value to it. X, okay, I come to this work, so this person was there, that's why this work was going on. So that stamp you should put, wherever you are in life, you should put that stamp. Put that stamp, there is no challenge for you at all. You are very welcome everywhere. Okay, you will get opportunities. You're all like mentored by great teachers. You'll do great things in life. And sometimes always think about what really turns you on. There are things which you would really love to do. You can keep doing that, and then understand what you really like, what you don't like. That's a very difficult thing, but keep understanding that. But primarily learning and value addition, keep doing it over and over again. Learning, unlearning, or whatever you need, value add. You will keep going in life. You will achieve great heights. Thank you. That's all I had. Thank you very much.